gents, boys and girls, it's Marshall here. I'm back with another 1 versus 1 as we wait for the commanders to spawn in. This one is It's Watermelons against Ghost. Whoever Ghost is. Let me check the submission notes. This one is MaxPrime. MaxPrime with no name. And this is Cascade. Interesting map. You have a nice plateau to start on. MaxPrime up here in white, going bots first. Both players going bots first, actually. Melon's there. Air second. And vehicle second. So a little bit of a dichotomy there. And, no, never mind. Vehicle first. A little bit of a mistake there from Watermelons. Can we bring that back? Apologies for having to multitask. So, I lost a bit of a thread. What I was doing was describing the map a little bit. So, you start on this plateau. You got 3 ways off. Well, multiple if you really want to be weird. You've got the main 2 here between the bases. But you then have a nice open path between the bases, apart from this sort of wide expansion 4 there. Down the back, you got double into 4 into lots more direct between the base. So this one is more of a direct confrontation, kind of like this one, but the other one has resources in the way. So you're going to see if someone's going to come this way. Less likely to from this direction. Scouts coming out from both players, just so you're aware. Right? Otherwise, you've got this sort of longer baton here that you can come down. It offers you other ways to come and support in either direction. And again, it offers you expansions, but out the back here, you have this open area with nothing there, which is a little bit of a blind spot as well. So you've got to be careful of that. The other one here has had some rocks fall and kind of blocked the way down, so that's that. You've got some minor expansions in other places as well. So those are your main battle lines. We've got some boombots now coming out from MaxPrime. We've got a Pelican going to pick up something. Is that a boombot it's going to pick up? I don't know what it's picking up, but it's doing something. Maybe a fabricator to get onto the expansion sites. We've got some air wandering around from its Watermelons, trying to see what's going on. Pelican there has picked up a what looks like a boombot in the end. Okie doke. Well, you're going to want some air to scout to see if you could do any damage to that. There is a fabricator over here that's sniperable, but nothing really here. Plus a spinner. Going vehicles first does give that defender's advantage. Bots first is more of a balanced route. Bumblebees versus 1 stinger. Fab survive. Bumblebee 1 hit away. Pelican almost there. Almost dead. Ready to drop in round the side. Still looking for expanding fabbers. It's gone precisely the wrong way around the base to do that. So we're going to have 2 boombots, sorry, going in against the fab here. Drop it next to it, and the turret cannot turn fast enough. Fab is gone. Ladies and gents, that is what we call good scouting. Right, so let's get back to it. So we've got vehicles now starting to pressure slowly into the open route here. Max, though, starting to transition into vehicles as the proxy into the forward 4. Still got 2 fabs here that are risky. The boombot hunting gets denied. Air now from Max. Going to have a nose. Pelican again taken out. Air sees the fabricators. Bumblebee exists. Spinners are there so that it can't do a second pass. Watch that. Oh, it does! It just survives for the second pass. Another fab goes down. Melons will not be happy about that. He's going to have to rebuild fabricators. We've already got 2 vehicle fabricators rebuilt. Meanwhile, look at the ecos. Max is starting to edge ahead a little bit, being a bit more aggressive with the expansion. Have to be a bit more slower with a vehicle start, but going to a vehicle T2 straight away. Not hanging around at all. Watermelons wants to tech up as soon as possible, but the eco doesn't allow it. Really need a little bit more expansion there. What's the commander doing? Still building stuff? Okay, we're all right there then. Max going for T2 bots instead. So on your 4th, 5th factory. Looks to be your T2 transition time. Excuse me. 3 fabs building the T2 bots. Air comes over the base for watermelons. Saw that in picture-in-picture. Did they see the T2? They did not. Taking out some fabricators there. Still, the mechs did get built. Bumblebees could either decide to do something there or to wander away. We've got an interesting mix of bumblebees and interceptors from both sides at an early point in the air game here. Usually you tend to get just interceptor heavy, hummingbird heavy, until later once you've secured your air game, and then you see transition into bumblebees. But I reckon because this planet is so small, the bumblebees are necessary earlier on to try and maintain some kind of an advantage. Have a look at this little fight here. We've got tanks against docks and tanks. The docks there are going to act as a little bit of fodder for those ants to shoot at, you see. Allowing the other ones to just keep being a nuisance. Did another fabricator just go down? Yes, it did. Not good news. And what is this? Tremendous raiding from MaxPrime. Absolutely tremendous. We've got expansion out to the middle there. The economy game is far and away apart now. The fabricators favour Max. T2 is up and ready. Slammers are coming out. But the factory counts are relatively equal. Let's start spending that eco. T2 doesn't yet exist for watermelon, so technically you can say one factory behind. Slammers could now start to make the difference. Depends if they're microed against these vehicles. Or not, as the case is in that regard. So we've already lost a slammer for no gain. There's a little bit of micro there that I was talking about. We need a bit more fodder so that the slammers can get safely in range. Those few tanks were absolutely diabolical. Bumblebee again. Max doing so well so far this game, but falling a little bit at the T2 micro. We're losing lots of T2 here for 0 gain whatsoever. Great use of the air from watermelons, and where is the defensive from Max? It was nowhere to be seen. It was over the horizon. It wants to be where it needs to be. Ah, wiser words were never spoken. Martial quote of the year there. We've got... Oh, did I just see a locust? I did. Got to be careful with those locusts. Got to ensure that you keep the element of surprise. I say this every time when a locust pops up. Every single time. Use the element of surprise and don't send them in lines. Send some air so that you know your attack vector, so that you know where they're going to have the best bang for buck. If they can sneak in here onto this second ramp and in, they could potentially get to that T2 factory. That to me is the most logical attack route. Maybe even this ramp here. It avoids this potential air. But that's what Max is going to be wanting to do right now. He's having a look at that. The air is now not defending the base. There we go. Another bit of vision. Sees the T2 factory. Those locusts might well now be looking for that as their prime target. Please do not send them towards an army. Use your air as scouting. Bit of a trade there. Well, I say a trade. Max definitely coming out on top. Bumblebee attacks from... Whoa! I didn't see that happening. Bumblebee attacks were absolutely repulsed. But there's a Vanguard in the base. That's not looking good. That's a lot of power infrastructure just gone. Fortunately, no factories were taken out. The power still stands, so it hasn't killed off all plans. But that will have spooked Max a little bit. That was brought in by a Pelican, that was. Beautiful move. We want to see these locusts actually do something now, Max. They've been standing sentry. Standing idle for long enough. It's time to really start seeing some tactics coming out. We've got another Vanguard ready. The locusts are on the move, coming down the side. Potentially the wrong approach vector, in my opinion. Definitely don't want to go towards a leveler. They want to go against cheap units. They want to come in this side here. Follow these tanks, for example. Or bait out this army and send them in behind. Either way works for me. Matters not. Just having a look to see if there's any Vanguard Pelicans ready and waiting. We've got 2 Vanguards almost produced. Have we got any Pelicans ready? We've got a couple. We've got a couple ready. I want to see those Vanguards. I want to keep my eyes on those. Locust still indecisive. Vanguard's going to get loaded up now. Here we go. Watch that picture in picture. We've got more docks coming in. They can see Pelicans. They can see nothing was loaded in those. Locusts on the move again. They might potentially think of coming in this way now. They could do a lot of damage there, but watch those Vanguards. There's 3 of them now. If those 3 get into the base with impunity, that's game over. Watch those Vanguards. Keep them alive. Keep them alive. Melons. Melons, keep them alive. Whoa, I think Max kind of saw them there. That's risky, but here come the locusts. It's the dance of the Vanguards. Here we go. They're going over. They're just going through the site. I don't think they're trying to be secretive now. They're going for it. Max is attacking. Watermelons going for the all-in. Can they drop close enough to the commander? Here we go again. It's another race to the commander situation. We've had a lot of these recently. In come the locusts. The T2 defense is too strong. The locusts won't be able to get through that. The Vanguards are in the base. The Vanguards are there. The commander is stuck where he doesn't want to be. And that's that. That is game, surely. If they can deal with that T2 factory, even if they don't kill the commander here. They won't kill the commander, but my goodness me. How did they miss that? So it's not over. Marshall was wrong. What am I talking about? Marshall's never wrong. We've got another attack here, though. We've got medals to defend. Have we got more Vanguards ready on the launch pad? No. We've got levelers instead. Change of tack, but this commander is looking awfully hairy. We've still got T2 defense. Got to take out those levelers. If you can focus down those levelers, the locusts are free. They can come in on the other route. Have they finally realised there's a different route to come in? The commander stood there. There's another Vanguard getting loaded up. There it goes. There it goes. In come the locusts. Watch that in picture in picture. The T2 factory could be gonzo. The T2 factory is gonzo. Let's go and have a look at the Vanguards. Into the base. Is it enough? Try and try again. If at first you don't succeed, there's the drops. There's no units to defend. Can 3 slammers do it? The commander runs away again. Melons into the base, but not threatening the commander. Sorry, Max into the base, not threatening the commander. Meanwhile, Melon's definitely in the base and most certainly threatening the commander. Look at that. There's a leveler still shooting at him. Can he deal with it in time? Just about, but 1 drop away. It's chipping away ever so slowly, but Max hasn't got anything to send directly in, and we're already ready with another drop. Let's have a look as it goes. This army here was not near the commander. It's not going to make it, and it's definitely not T2. The T2 factory still stands for defense there. Why is getting the commander surrounded by T2 bot defense? But as a transition to Vanguards is necessary. But we've even got an Inferno in there. If we can get some range on that commander rather than Vanguards, it might be curtains there. Threatening the factory now. Just need to sideways a smidgen with that leveler. The Inferno! The Inferno sneaks around the factory. Getting close to that commander who had to back off a little bit. Slightly spooked there. Meanwhile, on the south, we've got some Infernos coming in again. What are these tactics? It's literally chipping away. Ooh, good idea there from Melons. Transitioning to bombers. He said, hey, I'm going to keep coming in with the air. I've seen your only factory is a T2, and you think I'm going to just keep trying to drop. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to surprise you. The question is 12 bumblebees enough? Maybe 14. Maybe. Maybe. Those tanks definitely aren't enough to kill a commander with an Uber cannon. But could we see bumblebee problems? Hummingbird problems too? Oh, risky there. Very, very risky. Let's keep tabs on that base. In come the bumblebees now. This could be enough. There's one hummingbird there. Is this the game ender? Is it there? Let's see the bumblebees. The hummingbirds come in. There's two of them. The bumblebees from the south. They're looking for the commander. Are there bombs there to deal with him? It's not enough. It's not enough again. It's still not enough. And now Melons is looking on his last legs. This is unbelievable. He's sacrificed the defense of his base for so long that there's now nothing left. There's nothing left. The T2 factory is gone, and so many failed sniping attempts while really not prioritizing micro of the home base. Oh my word. He's... oh. Let's not do that. That's a bit of a GG right there. Don't you dare be getting into orbit there, Melons. Don't you dare BM out of this. We've got some spinners. We've got some boom bots. Are they going to get in there in time? The spinner could well deal with this. It does. And it cancels too soon. Commander running behind some walls. Unbelievable. There we go. Wow. Wowee. Well, that was a slow motion train wreck. This was rather instructive. That's the end of the video.